We are at the Hipokratis Institute in West Palm, and we are with Brian Clement and his lovely wife, Anna Marie Clement. They are long-term raw vegans, over 50 years, and also very into the greens and not into the fruit. I don't think Brian eats any fruit,
Nope,
right?
not part of my diet.
So this is so interesting. I know you all love this. We're going to talk about this, see what he eats in a day, see what they think we should be eating to live our best lives. Because I know here at Hipokratis, they help so many people get healthy, reverse things, and truly come into their own and live their best life. So
Not one creature on the planet except human beings eat cooked food in their natural setting. And why we are the sickest and most mentally disturbed, that really challenge the earth that we're on, that we were given to be caretakers of, in part is because we consume not only cooked food, but what kind of cooked food?
Processed food.
Processed food.
Yeah.
So heavily processed, heavily cooked, and foods that are not foods for humans, called animal-based foods. This is ridiculous that we're still doing this in the 21st century.
and you both, so over 50 years, no animal products at all?
None at all.
No.
Wow, and people think we need it. And look at you thriving in your late
Wow.
60s and in your 70s, 73, right?
Absolutely.
We have 4 kids, 8 grandkids, never had meat, never had chicken, never had eggs, never had dairy.
The kids never have?
No, never.
So what do we eat? Well,
Yeah.
let's tell you what we don't eat first and why we don't eat a lot. So at this stage in our life, and after more than a half a century of eating this way, the body becomes familiar with high nutritious food in small amounts. So we sort of mimic our ancestors. For the majority of time that humans have been on this earth, we were nomadic, moving from place to place. So we were nomads until the agrarian age came only a few hundred years ago. Modern Homo sapiens, who we are, we now estimate 150 to 200,000 years ago, were in our form. And so can you imagine, for 150,000 years, we were walking, and only eating when we were hungry. Isn't that a really odd idea? They didn't know that there was no breakfast, no lunch, no dinner, no nutritional scientists, no doctors, no sham artists, and no salesmen, basically telling you you've got to eat. So why people think they have to eat meat? You were shammed. You were lied to, and you bought it.
Yeah.
All the independent.
Well,
why you think you need dairy food?
Meat industry and the dairy industry took care of you.
Yeah, 1917, they started to actually influence academic books by funding academic books. So now we talk about it. So over time, over half a century, combined 106 years or so with Anna Marie and I, we have learned not to eat a whole lot. And we're not suggesting this for all of you listeners. A lot of you are new to this.
Yeah.
So you may want to overeat healthy vegan food to begin with. Knock yourself out. I had to do that at first. If I didn't overeat, I wouldn't have stuck to this, because I used to overeat the junk food, the bad food. So we get up in the morning and we have, I'm going to serve some to you here, green juice. Now this is not a typical green juice you buy at the health store.
Thank you.
This is a juice that has, I'm going to show you right here, it has elements in it that make this a complete whole food, anti-cancer, antiviral, antibacterial, pro-longevity food. So right here, I want you to do a close-up of this. This is what we developed in 1981 as the very first time anyone used the term green drink. We did that in Boston, Hipokratis Health Institute. So I chose cucumber to create elasticity and hydration of the human cell, celery because of the sodium content, which is very important for the biofrequency field of your cells, pea green sprouts, which are complete protein and break down bad guys like microbes and mutagens, and sunflower, which have an anti-cancer and complete protein. So this juice is massively high in protein, has both things that our bodies require, and those things are sugar. So this has sugar naturally in the cells of the greens, and fats, essential fats from the sunflower.
So let me ask quick too, either of you any health problems or any health problems last 10, 20 years or so?
No.
Wow, and see, that's not typical, right? I know people in their 70s.
Most
and
people have 5 kinds of medications.
Yeah, I know people that take like 800 and something pills a month.
Yeah.
In their 60s, 70s, the people I know are completely all these health problems deteriorating.
Yes.
So no problems, right?
None at
So
all.
so much is the food, right?
Well, it's attitude, food, and movement. So I wish it was all food. Some people have negative attitude and eat healthy food. Not good enough. People have great attitudes, eat healthy food, and they don't move and exercise. So it's a combination. But overwhelmingly, the fuel is necessary.
Okay, so the green juice.
Yes.
So that's what we start. Now the
And you
big
don't start
meal-
till around 11:30 or so, 12.
No, we drink this when we get up in the
Okay,
morning.
okay.
So between 11:30 and between 1:30 is when you should eat the largest meal of the day. Now, these are the
Okay.
condiments, but let's bring the sprouts over
Yep, so we got
and show you.
sprouts.
So
Okay, these are the best looking sprouts I've ever seen.
if we didn't make good looking ones,
And
we'd
Look
be
at
Oh
this.
my
I didn't
gosh.
see this before.
Mamma mia,
Yeah.
look
Wow,
at
Yes,
Kevin,
stuff.
can you get some close-ups of this?
this. Look at that.
This is unbelievable. This is the best food in the world.
Oh, you're not
Truly the
dreaming of
world,
this.
really.
This is the best. That's why we have more people reverse disease at this institute than any institute in the history of medicine. And those of us that eat this way, we just don't age the way the
And
rest of you.
this is on
So-
top of
Yeah,
that.
exactly. It's true.
That's it.
Facts.
So we have how many on the table? I think something like 25 or 30 sprouts every single day.
Every sprout.
Now, why sprouts?
Yeah, why sprouts?
Well, look at this again. We'll go back and use sunflowers since everyone's familiar with that. If I put this little black seed in the ground in 7 weeks, it's a large plant that in the morning faces the east, at night faces the west, that has 2,000 to 3,000 seeds on it. Now, can you imagine in this juice that you're drinking, this has approximately 350 to 400 of those sprouts
Yes.
that
True.
have the
Wow.
energy to come in there.
Yeah.
So, in my upcoming book, Quantum Human, I speak about the biofrequency force of the cell and how that brings you together, and how that rejects free radicals, which is the cause of all aging and disease. So now let's look at this extraordinary plate. See, already we're familiar with sunflower and pea greens and the proteins and anti-disease, right? How about broccoli? Way back in the 1980s, early 90s, Hopkins was commissioned, Johns Hopkins, to do a study to see if they could find a natural anti-cancer agent. And this is it. Matter of fact, it has been stated now in several universities all over the world that the most effective anti-cancer agent in the history of medicine, we're not talking about natural medicine, history of medicine, is broccoli sprouts. That's part of our diet every day. Look down here at mung beans. These are amazing. I don't care where you go around the world in Asian cultures, they all consume mung beans. Now, little did they know why, but back in the 19th and 20th century, we found that they're complete proteins. They are loaded with zinc. So if you don't want your hair to turn color, that's in part why mine hasn't.
This is natural color.
Yes. It is
Wow.
because
Look at-
I've
this
been
is unreal.
eating massive amounts of this every day. Then we come over here to buckwheat. If you have any cardiovascular problems, that means phlebitis, strokes, heart attacks, or that's a history,
A lot of lecithin.
lecithin in it.
Yes.
And then over here, we have clover sprouts.
Yes. And
Pure-
we have beet sprouts. They're amazing.
Well, you talk about people are buying these supplements all of the time for nitric oxide, and yes, we can be benefited from them, but boy, nothing is like a sprout of beets. That puts nitric oxide, anti-aging, anti-cancer at a different level. Now, we call these the condiments in the front. You guys call that the salad. So after we put this on our plate,
Yes.
then we actually, well, let's just do it to show them what we.
You know, when people come to the buffet, and hopefully you can film it at 5, then they take a little bit of sunflower to start with, because you can always go back, a little bit of pea sprouts, and a little bit of cabbage, clover, and then, of course, the broccoli, where you hear so much good about that. And then buckwheat. Buckwheat is one of my favorite because it has all this lecithin and it opens capillaries. It's
Also
amazing.
good for your skin. All of this collagen
And
crap
this is my favorite to put on top. And then you have the mung bean sprouts. And then we have other sprouts like lentil sprouts. So we have the little sprouts too.
Lentils are loaded with
Lentil
iron.
sprouts. We have
Fenugreek.
fenugreek sprouts.
Do you realize that that's what they make steroidal drugs out of?
No way.
Anti-inflammatory?
No
Only they don't
way.
want you to know they cost about 2 cents.
No.
We have
unreal.
adzuki sprouts. Gosh, you can sprout everything. And then there's mung bean
Dookie
sprouts.
is kidneys, bladder. One of my books, as a matter of fact, I've given you a copy of it. I have the sprout pharmacy there.
Nice.
It tells you everything from apple sprouts to ginger sprouts at the end, what diseases they prevent. Then after we put the real food on, we put condiments on.
Yes. Now we get some lettuce that people actually know what it is. We get
Kale.
kale,
That's great.
and we get
Kevin, you'll get some food shots too, right?
I already got them before you guys.
Oh, okay, good. With these trays and everything too?
That's scallions.
Okay.
some scallions.
And then, do you know how incredibly high in
And-
calcium arugula is?
Really?
Amazing.
No
There's
way.
nothing on the planet
think
that
these
comes
are
close to arugula. And
melon
it's very
sprouts?
inexpensive. Yeah.
Yeah. Watercress. Watercress. Okay, then we have some fun here. We have some olives,
And that's if people still want the salt, but olives are really nutritious.
onions. I love onions.
And olives are like a
Peppers.
probiotic, right?
Probiotic and also complete protein.
Wow.
We know the Cretans
Cucumber.
for 300 years lived on the protein just on olives on the island of Crete.
Yes, that's about it.
Now if you want bread, you European types,
Yes.
what are you going to have there?
So now we have crackers that are made, we call it kind of tuna because we shop celery and it's sunflower seeds and we put it in a blender and we fix them up. And so these are crackers from that.
Nice.
So you
So
take the
there you have
cracker.
something. Now there's dressings, and the dressings are all 100% raw.
Yeah, so you have,
Nice. The dressings look incredible. Everything does.
yeah,
So
you
alive,
have olive
right?
oil, you have hemp oil, chia oil, you have some Bragg's, you have
You don't need sugar. Sugar is the biggest killer out in the market today. You can use the liquid stevias for that. And what's in these dressings? That's a mustard dressing, I think, and an
So-
Italian dressing.
This Italian, so we made something fun. You know, these are made in the dehydrator. So these are made in the dehydrator, takes 24 hours, and we made these. That is just like,
I love it. They look incredible.
Yeah,
Yes.
They nice?
so we have
They're beautiful.
mushrooms and squashes, different color squash, and what do you call it, paprika.
Paprika. Yeah, but the
Paprika.
big thing is paprika in the United States is called sweet peppers.
And this is cabbage salad, which is really nice, which we have recipe in our last magazine. So our magazine is called Healing Our World,
Yeah, we can show you a copy.
and
right now.
there's always amazing recipes here.
So where's the magazine available? If somebody wants
It's
to get it?
online. It's for
Online.
free.
Okay.
So we
Comes
have it
out
online,
quarterly. This one is on humanity, but each one we have a different theme.
and you have testimonials in every magazine. You learn a lot of things, people that have healed themselves. And this is how we keep in touch with people that have been here and people who are new to this.
So ever since 1980, on a quarterly basis, we publish this magazine, and all of the back issues are free. You can download them from our website.
Okay.
And so we've had tens of thousands of people have healed stories in here. Too.
Incredible.
I forgot to tell you about asparagus because they are favorite. And a lot of things that we eat, people only ate cooked. And now they eat raw asparagus. It's crispy, it's wonderful, and it's loaded with something called glutathione.
Oh, it is. I didn't know
Loaded
that.
with- loaded with-
No,
Notch.
which is a big antioxidant, right?
And so is avocado, of course. So our food is medicine. Our food is medicine. And
Hey, why did we call this joint Hippocrates?
Yeah, exactly. And do you
yes.
think you're thriving more than you would be if you were having
Oh.
like even natural sugars all these years?
Oh, absolutely.
Even like having like a lot of fruit.
So
Big-
we'll get to the fruit thing. I
Yeah.
know that you were.
Yeah,
And
I'm
believe me,
interested.
Yes.
I ate massive amounts of fruit. And of course, it's easy because we're all sugar addicts. There's not one of us out there, unless you're lying, that's not a sugar addict.
Yeah, true.
And I'm just recovering.
I'm
And
recovering.
so what you have to realize is that the human species thrived on fruit when fruit was wildly different than it is today. That the original fruit had little to no sugar. It was mostly fiber. And so what happened is humans got involved. And when they started to
Interesting.
harvest it and sell it, it became apparent that people wanted naturally to go after the sugars. So over millennia, thousands of years, they started to hybrid. So today, the agricultural scientists who are fruit cultivating experts tell us the average fruit has 28 to 32 times, not percent, times more sugar than the original one.
That's crazy.
It is
Wow,
crazy.
that's unreal, really. Wow.
We got more stuff that we have on the buffet. We have dill, which is amazing spice for your food. There is scallion. There is avocado.
Now, tell what this is.
Avocado is amazing. Avocado, of course, is omega-3. It's the best fats. And everybody wonders, you know, so the latest thing from University of Illinois, if you want to lose weight, eat an avocado a day.
Yeah. We were restricting people. We were wrong. Thank God science leads us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so glutathione and of course grated vegetables, root vegetables. Wherever you live in the world, you're going to have to vary what you can find and what you can grow. But, you know, the idea is more or less, you know,
Have you
use
ever
what you can find.
grated something like a parsnip
Ah,
or celeriac, which is a
beautiful.
root of celery? This just enhances the flavor of everything. Sauces and
Yes.
on top. I mean, anyone that says it's expensive to eat this way, look at this. This is pennies. Anyone that say it's hard to eat this way, you have no imagination. Your taste buds are dead. That's all I can say. If you need high sugar, high fat, you just haven't gotten to a place for eating excellence of food. You know, food should be very, very tasty, and your body should be receptive to that.
the first week when people arrive here, it's even though they have all these amazing flavors, they don't taste it because they're used to meat and potato. And then by the third week, they will tell you, I wish the chef made food this week the same that they do now the first week, because their taste buds have changed.
And meat and potato, or Beyond Burgers, or Impossible Burgers, or, you know,
Yeah.
like 30 mangoes I used to eat, or, you know, the big watermelons, I'd eat the entire thing. And that's what happens when you're a sugar freak, a sugar addict.
Yeah. So this, now, if, let's say you have diabetes. So now you come with diabetes, you're on insulin. Your need is going to go down very fast on this because these foods require very little insulin. So now your poor pancreas can go on vacation and you slowly bit off medication, especially diabetes type 2.
Yeah, you don't realize, I mean, you have people who are promoting fruit and saying you need sugar. Well, the body does require sugar.
Absolutely.
This has all the sugar you
This
need.
is glucose.
That salad there is all the sugar a 200-pound man or woman would require in a day. You have X amount of energy. You can either use it on taking food and pushing it out of your body, or for exercise and mental acuity. I just choose to do the second. You know, so you don't need a lot of food. Remember, the evolutionary body that you have was built to eat very little food on occasion.
So you think we're eating too much these
We
days?
are doing it, no matter if it's vegan or not vegan.
Yeah.
We're eating too much, we're burning too little. We don't use it. Yeah.
Now, you stay fit, but the reality is you're dedicated to this. But can you imagine if you went to this step? And can you imagine if
Yeah.
you started to really go one step further? I think why Anna Marie and I got into this work is that we wanted to make this our lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, that simple. Remember, I lost 120 pounds to begin with. So
And other than the food, like I know you guys have so much here, like the vitamin drips, the just so many things. What do you
Hyperbaric.
think are like 3 other key things or like 3 big things we could incorporate into our life?
Probably the psychology that we do so much here in group sessions and private sessions. That is, a lot of people, because it's a part of the program, people will do it. But if it wasn't, people would say, well, I don't need that. And they're so priced when they go through these sessions, and how wonderful. Of course, our psychologists are so trained. They've been here more than 30 years.
you know, every guest gets that as part of
Yes.
our program.
Because mental health, it's important,
It's
right?
everything. Well,
Oh, big.
how I changed my diet wasn't my diet, it was my attitude. How you exercise, I get up and I exercise every day. It's my attitude. So it's 99% attitude, and then everything else sort of follows. I think the second thing we do, we have an energy medicine department. We're the only institute in the world with that.
Yes.
We have about $2.5 million worth of advanced equipment there. And you're a bioenergy field. So as an example, if you fell down on the ground, I wouldn't give you food or a supplement. I'd take 2 giant electric probes and put them on you to get your electric body started. But sadly, natural medicine doctors and mainstream medicine doctors know that, but they don't acknowledge it. So they're dealing with chemistry. We know that your energy fields and your cells, when they decrease in frequency, you're more vulnerable for aging and disease. This is the food, the living food, and this is the baby food that basically creates large plants that have by far, hands down, the energy field you require.
A lot of people that have Crohn's colitis, they have serious digestive problem, and they've been told you can't eat anything raw, forget about it. And so they're saying, well, I go to Hipokratis. Well, what are you going to eat there? This is baby food. This is the easiest. Anything is sprout. This is tougher. This is tougher. And the sprouts are the easiest.
Hundreds and hundreds of people have reversed those problems.
Yes.
Colitis, Crohn's, etc.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you know, other people have ideas and philosophies and they write books and listen to other people. We do this every day on people. And they're here from all over the world. And we have watched this for 70 solid years.
And you must notice big difference on people's happiness, right? Like their happiness, their vibe, their attitude when they come in versus even like how quickly do you notice like when people go from, you know, the standard American diet to eating this clean raw food? How quickly do you notice they start to feel good and you see a difference?
End of first week.
Wow.
Yeah, it takes about 6-7 days.
Yes.
Then the other thing, you know, you talk about IVs and a lot of hyperbaric chambers. We have all of that. Anything that scientifically has been validated and we believe in is on this campus.
And I have to ask, because I was just looking at your hair. I was like, this is not dyed at all. You don't dye your hair.
Absolutely.
So if somebody's watching and they're like, I want to, do you think people can reverse gray? Or what are the top keys for preventing it?
Well, number one, if you live long enough, everyone will eventually get gray. So if I do live to 120 or more, I'll probably have some gray. But yes, we see it here every single year. People come full blast white here by the end of the stage, just from the wheatgrass that is loaded with zinc. Just like I said, mung beans loaded with zinc, and taking food-based zinc supplements, hair comes back.
So the zinc is a real key.
And you're young enough, you just keep doing this, you won't have gray hair until you're 100.
Okay, it's okay.
Our founder, Ann Wigmore, who started this in 1956, when she had stage 4 colon cancer, she went totally gray. And as she healed, she got her hair color back.
No way. And wasn't she told she had 90 days to live?
Yes.
Oh, yes. She was the Harvard guys, the top guys told her that in 1952.
How old was she then?
50.
She was 50. So they said you have 90 days to live. You have stage 4 colon cancer.
Went home.
So she went raw?
Went 100% raw.
Oh, absolutely.
Went sprout raw. Raw is one thing. Vegetables picked in California 3 weeks ago are not what we're talking about here. That's why we call those condiments.
Yes.
This is the food. So the difference between that and this is probably about 75% nutritionally and about 75% energetically. And by the way, some of those plants are picked so long ago, they have no vitality, no nutrition in them.
There are a lot of sprout growers that you can buy them from. You can grow them at home. You can grow them in soil or hydroponic. You could be on the 40th floor and actually have a hydroponic machine and grow all this.
There were millions of people all over the world doing it. The big push now is in India. We've had some of our students go there. There are millions and millions of people in India now. They're converting over. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. Okay, so the salad with this beautiful kebab. This would be, you know, what you recommend or what you might go for today.
This is what we eat in the middle of the day.
Yes.
And then is there a time you stop eating, or is there anything you eat after that? Any dessert or?
No, let's go back to your...
I guess not. If there's no sugar, right? I'm thinking what would be dessert?
Well,
There are desserts.
We make desserts
Yeah,
here.
we make desserts. We make nut ice cream and
With
banana
stevia.
ice cream.
With stevia. Banana has sugar in it.
Yes, that has sugar. But for the people that shouldn't have any sweet, we make nut ice cream. It tastes amazing.
So the Williams sisters, the top female tennis players in history, have been here. And one was told she was going to die.
No way.
And stop playing tennis.
Yes.
Imagine that would be like telling me to stop talking. And secondly, you'll probably be gone in 5 years. Well, she came here, brought about her complete recovery, became a complete vegan, sent her sister here. Her sister's a vegan. The top tennis player, Djokovic, is 100% eating this way now.
Yes.
So look at those of you who will look at people who are folks you admire, they're all doing this. They're all doing this. And so you may want to do less than what you should be doing, but whenever you do less, you get less and become less.
And do you think this is the future?
It is a future.
Yeah, I think so too. Delicious. And energizing, right? Just feels like in alignment with what we should be eating.
You bet.
Yeah.
It just electrifies, energizes you, which is what food should do. Shouldn't be making us tired, right?
Well, if it makes you tired, you're on the wrong track, that's for sure. And more important than anything else, you eat this food, you get sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great. And how lucky it's great for you both. You're in alignment with the same lifestyle, you know?
Absolutely.
And yeah, go eat more living raw foods. These foods make you feel amazing. I hope you're inspired to make a green juice or get healthy. And we love you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
See you then.